Why are motorcyclists 28 times more likely to die in crashes than car drivers? Here's what the media won't tell you. About 80% of those crashes happened because riders did something stupid, something avoidable, something that separates the living from the dead. I'm about to break down 13 mistakes that are guaranteed to get you hurt. And I'll bet you're guilty of at least half of them. I know I was. The difference is I lived to learn from them. Not everyone gets that luxury. So here is the challenge. Count how many of these you recognize in your own riding, because the riders who make it home every night aren't the lucky ones. They are the ones who stopped making these fatal errors. Let's start with the mistakes that happen before you even touch the handlebars. The mental disasters that turn your bike into a weapon. Mistake number 1, riding angry or distracted. This is the quiet killer nobody talks about. You had a fight with your boss, your girlfriend is pissed at you, bills are stacking up, so you think you will just go for a ride to clear your head. Wrong move. Dead wrong. When you are emotional, every feeling becomes throttle input. You are not riding anymore. You are venting through a 400-pound machine at 70 miles per hour. Your focus shrinks to tunnel vision. You stop scanning traffic. You stop predicting what that soccer mom in the SUV is about to do. You are reacting instead of riding. I have watched guys tear through traffic like they are trying to outrun their problems. Guess what? The problems are still there when you get home. But now you have added road rash to the list. Here is the brutal truth. Motorcycles reward clarity, not chaos. The best rides happen when your mind is quiet, when the noise of life fades into the hum of the engine. But that only works if you start calm, not if you are trying to find calm at 70 miles per hour. If your head is spinning, park the bike. Walk it off, breathe, reset. Because once you swing that leg over, you owe it to yourself and everyone around you to be present. Ride to feel free, not to fight the demons in your head. Mistake number 2. Following too close. This one drives me insane because I see it everywhere. Riders glued to some car's bumper like they're drafting for the Indy 500. It's not brave, it's brain dead. When you tailgate, you're giving up the only advantage you have as a rider: space. That gap in front of you isn't just empty asphalt, it's your reaction time, your escape route, your safety net. Lose it, and you've got nothing. Think about the physics. Cars can stop way faster than you can. They hit their brakes and 4 fat tires grab the road. You hit yours, and you're managing weight transfer, avoiding a front wheel lockup, praying the rear doesn't slide out. If they panic stop because of a dog or a pothole and you're 2 feet behind them, it's game over. The rule is simple: 3 seconds minimum. Pick a fixed point like a road sign. When the car passes it, count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. If you reach it before 3, you're too close. Back off. And here's the bonus: spacing out doesn't just make you safer, it makes you smoother. You can anticipate traffic instead of reacting to it. You brake less, flow more, and your ride feels calmer and more controlled. Your safety bubble is invisible, but it's real. Protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. Mistake number 3, forgetting to cancel your turn signal. This sounds small until you realize it's a loaded weapon. You finish a turn, merge into traffic, and forget to cancel that blinker. No big deal, right? Dead wrong. That little flashing arrow tells every driver around you a lie. It says you are about to turn, and when one of them believes it, bad things happen fast. My buddy Josh learned this the hard way last summer. We were cruising through town, just a lazy ride. He had made a left turn and forgot to cancel his signal. A car in the next lane saw that blinking light and assumed he was turning again. The driver pulled right in front of him. Josh grabbed a handful of front brake. The bike went down hard. 3 cracked ribs and a totaled clutch lever. All because of one blinking light that he forgot to turn off. The fix is simple. Build the habit. Every time you finish a turn, quick thumb check. Click that signal off. Make it automatic, like breathing or checking your mirrors. Some modern bikes have self-canceling signals, but never rely on them. It is your responsibility, not the bike's. A tiny movement that can literally save your life. Now let's talk about the gear disasters. The stupid shortcuts that turn minor spills into major trauma. Mistake number 4, riding without gear because it is just a quick ride. These are the 5 words that have sent more riders to the emergency room than almost anything else. It is just a quick ride. You have said it. I have said it. And it is a lie we tell ourselves right before the road teaches us a lesson. The pavement doesn't care where you're going. It treats everyone the same. You slide at 40 miles per hour and you'll lose skin faster than you can blink. Even a low-speed tumble in your own driveway can mean a shattered wrist or a busted knee, and it's always when you least expect it. Here's the irony. Throwing on your gear takes less time than checking your phone before you leave. Jacket, gloves, boots, helmet, 2 minutes maximum. Yet people skip it because it's too hot or because the trip is too short. But gear isn't about comfort. It's about respect for the risk you're taking every time you hit that starter. And these days, there is no excuse. Modern riding gear breathes, flexes, protects, and looks good doing it. You can wear full protection and still feel like you're in casual clothes. So yeah, maybe it is just a quick ride. But every crash starts as one. Suit up anyway. You're not overreacting. You're being smart. Because the only thing worse than crashing is knowing you could have walked away if you'd just taken 30 seconds to zip up that jacket. Mistake number 5, riding like you're still driving a car. This is probably the biggest rookie mistake in the book. Treating your motorcycle like it's just a smaller, more exposed car. But it's not. Not even close. In a car, you've got crumple zones, airbags, and 4 fat tires keeping you planted. You can sip coffee, adjust the air conditioning, maybe even check the GPS mid-turn, and the car forgives you. A motorcycle does not forgive nothing. You are the crumple zone. You are the balance system. You are the traction control. When you are on 2 wheels, every tiny input matters. How you lean, how you breathe, how smooth your wrist rolls on the throttle, all of it changes how that bike behaves. Your brain is used to car logic. Corners feel different because a car stays upright while you counter steer and lean. Braking feels different because weight transfer is instant and amplified. There is no lazy mode on a bike. No coasting through traffic half asleep. So when you ride, switch mental gears. Think like a pilot, not a passenger. Look through turns, anticipate movement, and keep your body connected to the bike. You are not just steering, you are balancing a machine through physics and feel. Once you stop driving and start riding, everything clicks. Corners flow. The road starts to make sense. You feel every input, every vibration, every decision because you are part of the system. That is the difference between a driver who rides and a rider who lives it. Mistake number 6, poor road scanning. Most riders look but do not see. They are staring at the road right in front of their wheel instead of reading the entire traffic puzzle. That is not scanning. That is tunnel vision with a death wish. Real scanning means your eyes are constantly moving, checking mirrors every few seconds, watching that car 3 lanes over. That's drifting. Spotting the gravel patch before you're on top of it, reading body language through windshields to predict lane changes. The pros scan in layers, near field for immediate hazards, mid-range for developing situations, far field for escape routes and traffic patterns. Your eyes should never be still for more than 2 seconds. Here is what kills riders. They see the obvious stuff but miss the subtle warnings. The car that is following too close behind you, the sport utility vehicle driver texting at the red light, the oil stain in your cornering line. Start practicing this now. Make scanning a game. How many potential hazards can you spot in the next 30 seconds? How many escape routes do you have right now? Train your eyes to see everything and train your brain to process it all without panic, because the road is always talking. The question is, are you listening? Your eyes and scanning work together, but if you are making these next 3 mistakes, none of that matters. These are the vision traps that turn good riders into road pizza. Mistake number 7, target fixation. This is the sneaky killer that does not just hit beginners. Even experienced riders fall for it. Target fixation is simple. You stare at something and your bike goes straight to it. You see a pothole, you stare at it, and boom, you hit it dead center. You see the guardrail and lock your eyes on it. Your brain panics, your arms freeze, and your line collapses. Here is why. The truth nobody tells you. Your motorcycle is an extension of your vision. It follows where you look, not where you want to go. So if your gaze is locked on the danger, that is exactly where you will end up. The fix is mental discipline. When you see a hazard, acknowledge it. Then immediately look toward your escape path, the open lane, the corner exit, the space you want to be in. Your hands, your body, your bike will follow naturally. Practice this every ride. In corners, look through the turn, not at the asphalt right in front of you. On the street, do not stare at the car you are passing. Focus on the clear space beyond it. Your eyes write the story. Your bike just reads it. Mistake number 8, using only one brake. Let's talk about braking, because most riders mess this up without realizing it. You've got 2 brakes for a reason, and they're designed to work together like a team. Grab too much front brake and you dive the suspension, risking a lockup or slide. Slam too much rear and you'll skid, fishtail, or worse, high-side yourself into next week. The key is balance. Smooth, progressive pressure on both. Here's the breakdown. Your front brake does about 70 to 80% of the stopping power because of weight transfer. The rear brake stabilizes the bike and keeps it planted. If you only use one, you're losing control and efficiency right when you need both most. Practice this in an empty parking lot. Gradually squeeze the front while adding gentle pressure to the rear. Feel the suspension compress evenly. The goal is to stop quick and straight, not to look dramatic with a rear wheel skid. And remember, braking isn't just about emergencies. It's part of your corner setup, your traffic rhythm, your flow. Smooth braking sets up smooth cornering, and smooth cornering saves lives. Once you master both brakes together, you'll feel like you've unlocked a hidden superpower. Your confidence skyrockets, your reaction time sharpens, and the bike feels like an extension of your own body. Mistake number 9, ignoring tire pressure. Nobody wakes up excited to check tire pressure, but if you skip it, you are playing roulette with your own traction. Those two tiny rubber patches under you are the only things connecting your life to the asphalt. When your tires are underinflated, your bike starts feeling squishy. Corners get vague, braking takes longer, and if it is really low, you risk a blowout or a slide you will never see coming. Overinflated tires are just as dangerous. You lose grip because the contact patch shrinks. Either way, bad pressure equals bad control. And in motorcycling, control is everything. Think about it this way. Your tires are like lungs. They need the right amount of air to breathe, flex, and grip properly. Even 2 or 3 pounds per square inch off can make your bike feel like it is fighting you. Wobbling in corners, drifting wide when you least expect it. That weird cornering feel, the rear sliding just a bit more than usual, that is your tires crying for attention. It takes less than a minute to check. Keep a small digital gauge in your bag or garage. Do it before every long ride, or at least once a week. A clean, properly inflated tire does not just extend its life, it makes your ride smoother, quieter, and safer. You will feel the difference instantly when you roll on the throttle. Your eyes and brakes work together, but if your bike is not maintained properly, none of it matters. These next 3 mistakes are about mechanical neglect, the boring stuff that keeps you alive. Mistake number 10, neglecting chain maintenance. It is one of those boring chores that does not feel urgent until the day it is. The chain is literally what connects your throttle hand to your rear wheel. It is the lifeline between power and motion. If that chain snaps, stretches, or seizes mid-ride, you are in for a world of hurt. A dry or rusty chain does not just look ugly, it messes with your throttle response, eats up your sprockets, and can even lock up your rear wheel if it binds. I have seen riders stranded miles from home because a neglected chain finally gave up. Worse, I have seen chains snap at highway speeds and take out the engine case or wrap around the swing arm. But here's the thing, chain maintenance is ridiculously easy. 5 minutes, tops. A can of chain lube, a rag, and a quick check of tension. Do it every 500 to 700 miles or after any wet or dirty ride. If you ride daily, make it part of your weekend ritual. A clean, well-lubricated chain does not just extend its life, it makes your ride smoother, quieter, and safer. You will feel the difference instantly when you roll on the throttle. If your chain is sagging more than an inch or clattering under power, it is trying to tell you something. Do not ignore it, because a chain failure at 60 miles per hour does not just ruin your day, it could ruin your leg. So yeah, grab the lube and get your hands dirty. The boring stuff keeps you alive. Mistake number 11, lugging the engine. You have probably done this without realizing it. Riding in too high a gear, trying to save fuel or ride smooth while your bike sounds like it is gasping for air. That is lugging, and it is one of the easiest ways to wreck your engine over time. When you lug, you are forcing the engine to work harder than it should at low revolutions per minute. Instead of spinning freely in its happy zone, it is fighting resistance, like trying to sprint in sand. You will feel it as vibration, a chugging sound, that rumble of strain. It is mechanical pain, and your bike is begging you to downshift. Here's the twist. Some new riders think low revolutions per minute means smoother riding, but motorcycles are not cars. These engines are built to rev. They want to spin. Most bikes run best in the mid-range, where power, smoothness, and throttle response meet. When you keep it there, everything feels alive. You have instant pull for overtakes. The motor sounds healthy, and you are not stressing your gearbox or clutch. So pay attention to the sound and feel of your bike. Learn its language. If it is shuddering or growling, drop a gear. You are not hurting it, you are helping it breathe. A happy engine is a responsive engine, and a responsive engine makes a confident rider. Stop babying it. Let it sing the way it was built to. Mistake number 12 is trying to keep up with faster riders. We've all done it. You're out riding with a group, everyone's feeling good, and suddenly someone in front starts pushing harder through the corners. You see them leaning deep, hitting perfect lines, and something inside you whispers that you can keep up. That whisper is your ego, and it's trying to kill you. The moment you start riding for someone else's pace instead of your own, you stop being a rider and start being a follower. You stop thinking about your entry speed, your lane position, your braking points, and start thinking about not getting left behind. That's when things go wrong fast. The truth is, you have no idea what the other rider's experience level is, what tires they are running, or if they know that road better than you. Chasing them isn't confidence, it is blind faith. On a motorcycle, blind faith gets punished. Here is the mindset shift: ride your ride. If someone is faster, let them go. If you are faster, pull over and wait. The road does not care who wins. The goal is not to be the first one there. The goal is to be the one who still loves riding a decade from now. Ironically, once you stop chasing, you will start improving faster because now you are riding mindfully. You are learning your limits, your feedback, your rhythm. That is how real skill builds. Remember, there is no shame in being slower. Every pro was once a beginner who knew when to back off. Ride. For yourself, not for your ego. The best riders don't chase people, they chase mastery. Mistake number 13, thinking you're done learning. This is the quiet killer. The moment a rider says, "I've got it all figured out," that's the moment they start slipping backward. Because motorcycling isn't something you conquer, it's something you continually earn. Even the best riders in the world still practice fundamentals. They hit parking lots, drill emergency braking, and refine their cornering. They're humble enough to know that skill fades without practice, and smart enough to know the road always has new lessons. Every crash story starts with overconfidence. Someone thinking, "I've ridden this road 100 times, I know it." Then something new happens. Gravel, rain, a car, a mistake, and they realize they stopped paying attention. They got comfortable. Comfortable riders become statistics. The truth is, staying sharp means staying curious. Watch other riders, take advanced courses, revisit your basics. Every time you learn something new, you make yourself just a little bit harder to kill. And here's the beautiful part, that mindset keeps riding fun. You stop measuring yourself against others and start enjoying the process again. Every smooth corner, every perfect downshift, every moment of flow becomes its own reward. Because the real mark of a skilled rider isn't perfection, it's humility. The road always wins in the end, but the smart ones learn how to dance with it.